Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa, and in this video I am going to share with you what I ate on my weekend trip to New York City with my daughter. If you're new to this channel, thank you for watching and I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing. And a little bit about me, I am 52 years old. I am a registered dietitian and I do different things on this channel. It started out more beauty lifestyle, but most recently I've just taken you along on some of my health journey and my life journey. In the last 6 months, we've moved. I've lost close to 50 pounds and just kind of talking about all things, how I got there and what I'm doing currently. So I've done some what I eat in a day videos, but for this video, I just want to share with you what I ate while we were traveling. This was a trip really to take for my daughter who just graduated high school, just a short weekend trip. We had a really good time. And I took some pictures of what I ate and I'll talk to you about my thoughts. So to back up a bit, most of my weight loss success has come from a low carb keto type of way of eating. Not entirely. I've experimented with some things. I've done some fasting, which I've had varied success with and sometimes not so much success. So in this video, but on this trip, I decided to just not worry about it. Didn't take my scale. I know that sounds crazy to a lot of you to even think about taking a scale, but my husband and I, that is how we track our progress and how we're doing, and accountability is by using our scale, and we use the Renfo scale. I love it. So, but I didn't take it. I didn't want that to be the focus with my daughter and everything else. So, and I just wanted to enjoy ourselves and not worry about it and really try to just moderate as best I could. But she loves pasta. She wanted to try all the things in New York. So I went all in, and here's what happened. So I have written down, like I said, I'm going to try to insert some pictures from our trip. We had a really good time. And I had to get up. I have to look down at what I ate because I jotted it down. But before we left on this trip, we left on a Thursday morning and we returned home on a Sunday night. We had to get up so early Thursday morning. We had to get up we left our house at 2:45 in the morning. I weighed in at the beginning of this trip at 146.4 at 2:45 a.m. or whenever it was. I weighed myself that morning just for point of reference. And the day before I ate my pretty typical, very low carb. And on that day, I stopped eating pretty early in the afternoon because I knew that I'd be getting up ungodly early and having to go. So the bigger challenge for me was to not have coffee or anything because I wanted to try to sleep on the plane once we got on, just to kind of catch up on sleep. And if I start having coffee, especially that early, I'll just be jittery and on top of being tired, and then I'd have to pee all the time on the plane, and I don't like to get up on the plane. So anyway, I held off. I just had a little sip to get us going in the morning to drive to the airport, but then I had nothing. So we left the house at 2:45 a.m. And on that Thursday, let me see here, I first ate at 12:30. Once we got to our hotel, got situated, we went around the corner and found a deli, and I got a cappuccino. I couldn't wait. It was heavenly. It was also really nice because it was so much cooler in New York than it is here in Texas. So I actually got to enjoy some hot cappuccinos on this trip rather than cold lattes. So it was a nice switch for me. So I got a cappuccino at this deli. And then I got a Russian sandwich, which I indulged. My daughter got some other sandwich. I forget what she got, but because I did not take pictures of all her food, but I did mine. And I got a Russian sandwich, and I ate most of the bread, I will say. We were really hungry and just getting settled, and we sat up at the bar of the deli that looked out over the window and all the passersby. So it was our first meal in New York, and it was good, did not disappoint. And then that day we got tickets for a show, kind of same day. We went to see Lion King. Really, really great on Thursday night. So at Thursday at around 5:30, I took her to Junior's. If you've been to New York City, it's kind of a staple there. They're known for their cheesecake and stuff. Fun fact about me, I can't stand cheesecake, so it's not tempting to me at all. She loved it. She got the original. She didn't get any flavor. She wanted to go all in New York original cheesecake, and she loved it. I think I have a picture over here giving her approval. I even tried it again. I do not like it any way, shape, or form. So not tempting to me, but I did get there. I got another cappuccino because I felt like I needed it to get through the show. We were still pretty tired. And then I ordered a tuna melt, like an open-faced tuna melt from there. I'll honestly say very average. It was not that hot. It wasn't that warm. But I was hungry and I ate most of the English muffin that it was on. I don't think I ate the entire thing, but I ate most of it. And that day, I took 18,000 steps. So that was day one in New York City. And didn't eat anything else, didn't snack. Again, if you haven't been to New York City, hotels, like there's nothing. We had a refrigerator in our room. It did not work and was really disappointing. I even asked them to fix it and they would say they said they would and they never did. So I got us some water, but I mean, no snacks, no nothing else did we have. So we would eat, we walked a ton. We did get the hop on, hop off bus, but we walked a ton, as you will see. So that was day one. Day two on Friday, started out with just some black coffee in the room. Actually, I brought my own instant packets because I wasn't sure what was available. And my daughter's not a big breakfast eater, so I just wanted to make sure I had a little coffee before we started out for the day. So that's what I did. And then around 12:30 again, this day I had reservations. This was the one place I had reservations for the entire weekend, or the only place. And that was for Carmine's Italian. I wanted to do it for dinner because we were going to a show Friday night as well, but they didn't have any availability. So we opted for lunch and we ordered, they do family style. So we shared the spaghetti ragu and a Caesar salad. And I got a cappuccino, and it's hard to quantify how much I ate. I ate some. I tried to have mostly the meat offerings that were in the ragu sauce more so than the pasta, but I did have some pasta. I feel like we left so much and I felt bad. There was no way for us to keep any extras because our refrigerator wasn't working in the room. But anyway, that was at 12:30. We went about our day walking around. We weren't too terribly hungry, but we were going to another show. Friday night, went to see Hades Town, which we loved that too. So what we did was we got food from stands, food truck stands or whatever, just out on the street. My daughter got something very spicy. Oh, a gyro that was very spicy, but she loved it. I got a hot dog thinking you can't go wrong with a New York hot dog. It was like the worst hot dog I've ever had. It was very disappointing, but again, we ate it, or I ate it. And then I had gotten a couple of packs, these little packs of glazed, they weren't so much glazed, but they were like coconut cashews, I think, from a street vendor. And I had 2 little packages of those. That's what we had Friday. That's what I had Friday. And I took 14,600 steps on Friday. Okay, Saturday was our big walking day and we had no more shows scheduled. So it was all about sightseeing, hopping on the bus, hopping off, walking around, exploring. And our agenda for that morning was to get her a bagel. So a New York bagel. So started my day with coffee, as I always do, in the room. And then around 11 a.m., we took the bus uptown. Is it called Uptown? Isn't that what they call it? Yeah, up the Upper East Side, Upper West Side. Yes. So around 11 a.m., we went to Tal's Bagels, if you're familiar. And I got an egg salad bagel and cappuccino, of course. And then we just hit the ground running, so to speak, as far as exploring and things. And so we were all over the place. We went through our biggest diversion that afternoon. We went through Little Italy and Chinatown, loved it. I don't have the exact times of things we ate, but we were sampling things because that's what you do when you're there. So we had 1 slice of pizza each from a little place in Little Italy. I think it was called Napoli's. I don't know. I'm probably butchering the name. Really good. I think I have a picture. just one slice of pizza that we had there. I had water with it. And then we went around the corner and I found a place that had just mini cannolis. I don't know if I've ever had one, and I wanted her to try one since they're Italian. So we each got a little cannoli. So I know I have a picture of that. Good, but oh my gosh, super, super sweet. I haven't had anything like that for a while. So I don't know if it was just my taste buds or if they're just super sweet or a little bit of both, but very good, just really sweet. And then we made our way through walking around Chinatown, and we went to a little restaurant and just kind of sat down for a break from walking and ordered some dumplings and spring rolls, just like the appetizer version. And it was around 4:30 or 5 because it lined up perfectly with when I needed to check in for our flight for the next day. So we kind of took a little break, sat down and did that. And then I know that's the day we were all the way down to the lower Manhattan, all the way down so she could see the Statue of Liberty. We didn't go there, but all that end, financial district, and then took the bus back up. And we were beat, but we also had a nighttime tour scheduled of going over the Brooklyn Bridge. So we weren't hungry for dinner anywhere. So what we did, we had some time to kill, but we wanted to get on the bus early, and just the way it was. So we went back to Bryant Park and got ice cream from Ice Cream Truck. I had an ice cream cone. I mean, the same day I had a cannoli. I don't even know the last time I've done either of these things. So it was really good. Got a waffle cone. And then we did the Brooklyn Bridge tour. And then we were beat. She was so exhausted. We took 28,000 steps that day. And we were both our legs were tired. My daughter was wiped out, but it was a good day. And then lastly was Sunday, which again, I had my coffee in the morning. And because this was our last day there and we only had like really half the day, I gave her the option of like, what do you want? What would you like to eat for your last day? And she opted for pizza again. So we found a different place. This was closer to our hotel near Midtown. And we both got one slice of pizza. And then we went across the street and I got a iced latte from Dunkin' Donuts. And then that was it for my New York dining experience. Because once we got back to the airport for our flight home, which was delayed, it was that week of the mess of delays. But so I feel fortunate that we got home, but we did sit on the runway for a while, but I shall not complain because we got home safe and sound. But once I got to the airport, I tried to get back in my mode of eating. And so I went to the Wendy's and got a burger there, like the Baconator burger is what we ate. And then that's all I had. I think once we got home, I maybe had a little bit of beef jerky, but that's it. My daughter, because they had a little juniors option there at the airport, she got a little mini cheesecake one more time and some sandwich there. But for me, I was back into, okay, I'm not on vacation anymore mode. So, and Sunday still took over 13,000 steps, even with it being half a day and then a travel day. So, from the trip in its entirety, I only gained 0.4 pounds, less than a pound. So I was pleasantly surprised. I really think two main things factored into this. One is, obviously, I think all the walking really, really helped. If we hadn't been doing all that walking, I don't know, but it's hard to quantify, but I certainly think that helped. But I think the bigger issue here is that when we ate moderately, like a moderate portion, and then we left and like didn't have any other food, no snacking. And I don't consider myself a snacker, but I will say I do think I have tendencies to maybe spread out my eating, maybe eat a little more often than I realize sometimes when you have open access to food versus like this, when you're traveling and walking and your meal's your meal and then you go on with your day. So I think that may truly have been a big part of it, is that like, I ate a slice of pizza and then that was it. And I was off and running for the next 5 hours, 6 hours. I ate again. And that was it. And we were off again. And then you didn't come back to your room and snack. Well, I mean, I guess we could have bought snacks, but we didn't. We had water. We were wiped out in a good way, physically, just all the sights, and we went to bed, and never ate too late even. So I think that factored in. Now, some time has passed since I've been on this trip. So just some final thoughts about this. I have kind of hovered around the same weight, even teetered up a little bit. And I think some of it has to do with, like, I've noticed my skin not as good. And I kind of, since that trip. Now, if you've watched my videos, you know, we've just moved and we literally had the mover truck. Like, I'm in the new house now. I'm here. I don't have to commute back and forth for work for 2.5 hours anymore, or anything like that. But we've had this move going on, this trip, unpacking, which is such a pain. I mean, I'm thrilled to be here, but so much going on. And I feel like I haven't reined my way of eating completely back in since that trip. And I kind of feel it. And I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't think my skin is as clear as it normally is. I've noticed a few breakouts places. I obviously been in the sun more. It's summertime, and been at the pool and such. So that part, but I just overall, how my skin looks otherwise, I don't know. It's just not quite what it was before to me. And I just don't feel quite as, like I've had more cravings and more things like that. And I think I've let little things seep back in. So I've been really trying to refocus and hunker down, but I do think maybe one piece of what I ate before, it's like, oh, I ate all that and no big deal, no harm done. Maybe I could be a little bit more lenient. But I think when I'm more lenient at home, it opens the gates for like being a little more relaxed. And I just feel like I do best when I'm a little bit more diligent, and I feel my best for sure when I am extremely low carb keto lifestyle. I feel great. I feel my best when I have bacon and eggs in the morning and some coffee. I feel clear mind. I feel good. I feel light. I don't feel, and I've gotten off that a little bit with like the 4th of July, kids having friends over, no excuses, but like my trip, all these, the move, all this has factored in. And I think I'm just not quite where I want to be. I was hoping to be down maybe another 10 or 12 pounds, but it's really proving to be a challenge right now. So we'll see. I'm holding steady, but I would like to be down a little bit. And I think just knowing like pictures of me and how I felt before, I don't think I'm quite there. So I just think I need a little refocus. So it's even been some time since I've posted a video because there's been so much going on. So I don't even know when this one's going to be edited to get out, but I did want to share it. I do like to see what people eat. And as this video is evidence of, I call myself low carb and keto, and I have no doubt that's how I've lost most of my weight. But there's times I veer off, and I chose to do it on purpose. But I also think it's important to enjoy your life and enjoy this trip. And it was a time, you know, a special time that I'm making memories with my daughter that we'll both remember forever. I didn't want to be so hung up on what I was eating that trip. And I knew we'd be doing a lot of walking, which I thought would counter at least some of it, which I think it did. So, but just for me to be my absolute best, I do think I need to refocus and get back to a very low carb, which I've been working on. So that's it for now. Hopefully this video resonated with you. I am human. I try. But I also think it's really important to do things that bring you pleasure and enjoyment and find a balance. And so that's what I was trying to do here on this trip. So I hope you enjoyed looking into what I ate on that trip. We had a really good time. And again, I will see you in the next video.